way you read it.
Look, I love the Monday morning quarterbacking. You want to know what Joe Biden was thinking about and then people around him in January, February, and March as this came on and the president was treating it with seriousness? Biden opposed the travel ban on China and the travel ban on Europe. Erwin Rhinelander, one of his key advisors on COVID, said that the idea that this would turn into a global pandemic was highly unlikely. On the day the first American died, Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, one of his top advisors on the issue, said, quote, "Don't go out and buy a mask, it won't work." Ron Klain, who is his chief advisor, who has now mysteriously disappeared, said that we don't face a health pandemic, we face, quote, a fear pandemic, accusing the president of overhyping it. Several times, both Klain and Emanuel said, as spring comes up, the virus will go down. On March 13th, Joe Biden wrote a op-ed outlining his plan. Never said the word mask, never said the word social distancing, never said the word lockdown. And in June, when he had his first interview, the first interview on Joy Reid's show, he was the first guest. She said, "What would you do as president?" He listed off 6 things that he would do as president, all of which Donald Trump had done. So look, in politics, you get to do Monday morning quarterbacking, but this Monday morning quarterbacking by Joe Biden and his surrogates is a little egregious. That guy didn't have a handle on this last spring while the president was doing his very best to come to grips with it and was instead opposing the president on most of the steps that he took last spring.
Robert, how do you respond to that?
Well,
I mean, we have videotape on all of those things that Carl just mentioned. So
you should play the videotape because I hate going down in the ditch. But we're talking about a president who thought there would be 15 cases. There's 7 million plus.
But
I mean,
Robert,
we should just talk.
here's the thing, Robert.
That's ridiculous.
You know, everybody. This is an unprecedented situation in this country, right? And everybody was scrambling to try to figure out where this thing was going. It was like a beast that you couldn't wrap your arms around. And you know, in the beginning, there was a reason to think that maybe it could be contained at that time. The president took some actions, like shutting down travel from China, that he feels made a big difference. Dr. Fauci said it made a big difference. And the fact of the matter is that the things that Joe Biden said at that time were also not correct and did not demonstrate that he would have handled it any differently. In fact, there are things that he wouldn't have done, like the travel ban, which he said was xenophobic. So, I mean, it's easy to say these things now, but
Martha, but I'm not sitting here now. In the last